All right, so this is our video that we're doing here today. I'm gonna get rid of this here so that you'll be doing after your map testing. So I've got this up and going here for us. So this is our handout that we're taking a look at here. It's angle relationships. And so we're going to apply these things just like we did before, but make sure you have your cheat sheet out as well so that you can be able to see these and represent what's going on with these. So the first one here is kind of what we're going to do is we're going to solve for x, and then if it's a need to be, we can put it in to be able to find what is the angle measure for each one of these things. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one here. We're looking at our two parallel lines, Elm Street and Oak Street. We have a Cedar Street that's our transversal. We have this angle right up here, which is at 9x plus 61. And this one now is called 3x plus 103. Okay, so what we know here is that these two angles are matching corners. So these two angles are corresponding. So the two angles shown are corresponding angles. Okay, so what that means is that these two angles are equal to each other. They're both the same. So if this was 81, this has to be 81. If this was 100, this has to be 100 because they're corresponding. Okay? So what I need to know here is I need to find the value of x, or solve the value of x. And then I need to place x back in to an equation to find the angle measure. So I'm going to do two things here. So I'm going to find the value of x by solving this equation. I'm going to then place the value of x when I get back into any one of these two equations, and then I will get my solution. Okay? So let's go through here and let's look at it here. So I need to solve this equation. So here's my work here. I'm going to set up my two equations here. So that top angle is a corresponding angle with the bottom. So I know that they're equal. If I remember, this is my variable side. This is my constant side. So I need to move my variable over here. So I'm going to do the opposite of plus. So that gives me 6x plus 61 is equal to 103. Then move my constant over by doing a subtraction of 61. So I get 6x is equal to, when I subtract that there, I get 32 there. And then I can divide that out. And actually, that's 42. I'm sorry, 42. Then I can divide by 6. And when I divide by 6, I get 7. So my x is 7. That does not tell me the angle measure. The angle measure is not 7. The x equals 7. So what I do is to find my solution is I'm going to pick an equation. I'm going to pick the bottom one. And I'm going to place that 7 back in here for the x. So I get 3 times 7 plus 103. 21 plus 103. And that will give me 124 degrees. So this is 124 degrees, and that's 124 degrees because those are the same angle. Okay? All right, so let's look at another one here. If I go to this one here is kind of complicated with the drawing. So if I extend that out, and I'm looking here, there's my parallel lines right here. Okay. And I look at that, this would be like angle 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I would have angle 5, 6, 7, 8. So angle 3 and angle 5 there. So if I pull up my cheat sheet here and I look at that, angle 3 right here is a B. angle 5 right here is an A. And when I have an A and B together, they are supplementary, or they're equal to 180. So here's angle 3 and here's angle 5, so they're supplementary, so they're equal to 180. So I know that these angles are supplementary. And that what that means is when I add them together, they equal to 180 degrees. Okay? So that's my equation I want to solve. Okay? And so when I solve here, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what x is. So I'm going to solve for x. Then I'm going to sub x into both equations. I want to know what both of these angles are. Okay? So if I find out what x is, I'm going to put x in here, and it's going to tell me what that is. And then I can put it in here, and it's going to tell me what that is. Or I can just subtract whatever, subtract whatever happens. So let's see what happens here. So the first thing here I need to do is solve this equation. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is solve this, because I know that these two angles are supplementary, and what that means is they add up to equal 180. So before I can start to solve, I need to clean some things up. I need to combine some terms together, because I have 17x and 4x I can put together to give me 21 x's minus 9 equal 180. I can now add 9. 21x is equal to 189. Then I need to pull this up, because I don't know exactly what that is. 189 divided by 21, and I get 9. So when I divide that out, I get 9. 9 is not my solution. Remember, I need to solve for x, and now I'm going to sub it into both equations. So if I take the first one, let's do the first one, 4x, and I'm going to put in the 9. So that becomes 4 times 9, gives me 36. So I know that this angle 5 here is 36. I can put the 9 back in for the next one here, because they should be two different angles. And when I do that, there's 17 times 9 minus 9. I can put that here in my Desmos calculator here. Let's do that here. 17, and I need the thing to pull up here. Where is it at? 17 times 9 minus 9. There it is. Gives me 144. So I know my two angles now are 36 and 144. And I can check that. 144 plus 36 should give me 180, and it does. So there are my two angles right there. Okay? Pretty straightforward as you go through them. Okay? Let's try a couple other ones here, so you kind of see what's happening as you go forward. So I'm going to look at these here. So let's look at these. So if I look at here, I can number these if I want to. Let's label it. That's an A, so let's call this one a B. Okay. And then if I know here, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm just going to pull up my cheat sheet, and I'm going to label them the way they look, because it looks exactly like that. So I have that. So here on number 3, so I have A, B. So then this right here is a B. There is an A. This is an A. That is a B. This is a B. And this is an A. Just took it straight off of this right here. And what I look here is this is an A, this is a B. So that tells me that when I look at here that they're both supplementary, that they're both equal when I add them together to 180 degrees. So I have 3x plus 7 plus 10x plus 17 equals 180 degrees. Now I just need to find the value of x. And when I find the value of x, I can then be able to solve what those two angles are. So let me get this out of the way. So let's solve these. I need to put together the two x values here. So I have 3, I have 10. That tells me I have 13. Then I have a 7 and a 17. When I put those together, I get 24. Now I can solve this. Subtract 24 on both sides. I get 13 times something gives me 156. When I divide that, 13 divided by 156 divided by 13, I get 12. So my value of x is 12. Now I need to find the angle measure. So now I just take the 12 and I put it into one of these equations here. It doesn't matter. Let's put it in the top one here. So it's going to be 3 times 12 plus 7. It's going to tell me that there. So 3 times 12, there's my x, plus 7, I get 43. And then I can put 12 back into here because they're both equal to 180. So the other one has to be different. They're not the same. So this would be 10 times 12 plus, plus 17 gives me 137. So there's those two are. And when I add those two together, 43 and 137, they give me 180. Okay. Let's look at number 4. Let's do the same thing here as we go through. So I'm going to pull up my cheat sheet again. So this one's kind of turned sideways, but I can still get it here if I look at it here. So let's look here. So if this is A, this one's B. There's B again. And then straight across from this one would be A. Okay. So then I know that this has to be A here, which is B, B, and then A. Okay. There you go. All right. So these right here have to be, I can see that I have a B and I have an A. Those are going to be equal to 180 because they are supplementary based on my cheat sheet. And when A and B are labeled together, it's supplementary. So when we add these two together, they equal 180. So let's place this together here. Let's take a look at this one. So if I have 11x minus 9 plus 7x minus 9 is equal to 180. I need to clean up some stuff so I can put 11 and I have a plus 7, so that gives me 18. Then I have a negative 9 and another negative 9. It gives me negative 18. There it is. I can solve this equation. Add the 18 on both sides. Then I need to divide. So I'm going to pull up my handy dandy calculator there. I pull up my calculator there. I have 198 divided by 18, and it gives me 11. So now I need to find the value of these two. So I just place 11 back in. So if I take the first one, it'll be 11 times 11 minus 9. So I can use my Desmos, or you can use a handheld one. It does not matter, whichever one you want to use. Let's just get rid of this one here. So 11 times 11 minus 9 for my first one. You get 112. And the other one should add up to 180. So the next one should be 78. Let's see if it works. So I have 7 times 11, or 68, I'm sorry, minus 9, 68. There you go. So there are my two angle measures that I have. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Let's do one more together here. So if I do the same thing here, I'm going to pull out my cheat sheet and I'm going to label these A, B, B, A, B, B, A. And it looks like I have two B's together. Two B's are matched up together. And I got that by just taking these things. I just labeled them. And what happens when the two B's are together? They're congruent. That means they're equal to each other. So this is how we set this one up. We've done this one just like number 1. Since they're equal to each other, we just set these together and we solve. So we have negative 8x plus 8, 6x plus 20. Okay, and I'm just going to solve those. Variable side, constant side. So I'm going to move my variable to this side. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. Move my constant over with the other constant 20 by subtracting. Divide by negative 2 and I get negative 6. So now that I know that my x value is negative 6, all I need to do is just place the negative 6 into one of these because these should be the same value. So let's just pick the one on the bottom there. So negative 6 plus 20, or negative 6x plus 20. So I'm going to do that. So negative 6 times negative 6, because that's where my x goes, plus 20, 56. And it should give me 56 if I do this top one too, just to show you. Negative 8 times my x, which is now negative 6, plus 8. And it would be helpful if I put a negative in there. There you go. So we both get 56 degrees for both of those. Okay? So what I would like for you to do here for your homework here tonight, or while you're here in class, after we finish our math testing, go back through here. I'll label these with you too as well. See if you can set these things up. So notice what you have here. You have two B's. So when you have the two things are together, that should be congruent. Okay. Same thing here with this one. Label these my sides so that I can find them. Looks like I got two A's. Corresponding angles. They'll both are the same, shouldn't they? So see if do you need to set them equal to 180, or are they congruent? Then I do my last one here. You can set it up and then check it out that way and seeing what you have here. So it looks like I got an A and a B. Those looks like supplementary. Like when I add them together, I get 180. So look to see how they match up and set them up to your equations and solve what you have as you go forward. Okay? So you should get one angle measure for 6 and 7. You should get 2 for number 8 as you go forward. Okay? Best of luck, guys. See you later. Thanks.